starting the second half of the 2008 Playboy MX-5 Cup season. First-year driver Brad Rampelberg from California is third now in points, trying to track down Floridian Todd Burris. The championship leader continues to be Team MER's Eric Foss. Their title fight moves north of the border now to Quebec in Canada. And welcome to Trois-Rivières. We're in Quebec, Canada, north of Montreal for the Grand Prix of Trois-Rivières, part of the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup's 2008 season. I'm Rick Benjamin, Elliot Forbes-Robinson alongside, and Todd Lewis will have our coverage today on Pit Road. And Elliot, we were at the biggest track in the country last time out at Road America. This is the road course equivalent of a short track. Well, it kind of is, but the other thing is as we've seen before, the guys are using every bit of the road, going in the dirt, and now they have to be very precise and not make a mistake because there's a wall there. Well, the top three drivers in the championship, 21 points apart with 4 races to go. Eric Foss struggled in qualifying last time out at Road America, but he's been able to put his car back on the front row here at Trois-Rivières in front of the very appreciative Quebec motorsports fans. They turn out here in droves for this annual event. Let's talk to the pole sitter. Here's Todd Lewis.
Well, for the third time this season, he is the pole sitter, but Eric Foss, you've never driven here at Three Rivers before. What challenges does it present?
It's actually my first time on a street course, and it's just been exciting to be here at Three Rivers. It's a great event. I came here for the first time in '92, stood up on the stadium and watched some races from there, and I think picked up a little bit, but it's a challenging course. The walls are close. It's all about being precise here.
Well, yeah, be precise, make sure you hit the marks and stay off the concrete walls.
Well, Elliot, I'm very impressed for a driver to make his first appearance here and be on the pole. That's really something.
Well, it is, but he does an excellent job of car control, and he is really good at what he does. But you take this track, and you can see the walls are right there everywhere, and you have to be close to them, but you can't hit them.
Just over a mile and a half around here. You've got that one long run up the hill to turn 5.
Yeah, well, turn 2 is going to be 1 point coming under the arch, and having to turn there, it's downhill and off camper. And turn 5, great passing point, but not much room.
And the run from 5 to 6 back downhill, that's a pretty fast part of this racetrack as well. They'll be going a lot more than 50 kilometers an hour around here. And you get a sense this is the run uphill toward 5 where you've got those barriers so close at any street course.
Well, it is. And when you get into 5, it's a very tight corner. And because it's a street circuit, it falls off at both sides and tends to put you into the wall.
Cars moving away from their starting point here, heading into turn 1, which is a 90-degree right. This track is laid out around a horse race track. It's really a municipal park. There's a baseball stadium, a hockey rink, everything kind of contained here in Quebec in the town of Three Rivers. One of the most picturesque places you could watch one of these events. Eric Foss on the pole. Aaron Malkazian, his best qualifying run of the year. He'll start on the outside of row number 1 today. Todd Burris, who's second in the championship, and Elevan Goulart, who was so quick when we were at Road America a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he was doing a good job. But, we have the same folks up front again. Christian Frank, glad to see him back after his big accident at Road America. But it's going to be just a great race at this track because it really breeds tight racing.
Ryan Shims, of course, who won at Road America, has to start on the 4th row. There's McKalian, Deborah Lott. We talked to her a couple of weeks ago. She'll start in the 5th row here today. The rest of the starting lineup, Harrison Williams, Tim Probert, Jim Jordan, and Randy Hale will make up the 7th row. Christopher Rhodes and Shannon McMaster, James Rhodes and Bill Sweedler, Laura Olson will start from the 19th spot here today in this event at Trois-Rivières. Beautiful day for racing. The sun's shining, skies are blue, temperatures comfortable in the middle 80s. Always a great place to come. These are among the most knowledgeable race fans we find anywhere in North America.
Well, they are, and at Trois-Rivières, it's just a great place to go because the fans are so avid, and they root, and you hear them, and at the end of a session, they'll actually clear the stands, go down, talk to all the drivers, see everybody, and then fill the stands again up for the next session.
Well, the Mazda safety car leading the field around toward green. We'll have an onboard look today from Aaron Malkazian's Alara Racing car number 11. He starts in the 2nd row. This gives you a great idea of just how tight this racetrack is.
Boy, it does, and it is tight. And, these guys are going to have to just keep off the walls, but also watch out for each other.
Well, we talked about Christian Frank, his big wreck at Road America a couple of weeks ago. Todd Lewis with our Mazda Momentum. How did they get that car ready?
If you were with us at our last event, you saw that Christian Frank took a wild ride at Road America. Christian, no doubt the wildest ride you've ever taken in a race car.
Yeah, for sure. I was going down into turn 12 in the braking zone and lost brakes, and went in the gravel, got a little air, and then right into the tire walls. So.
Well, you saw the extensive damage to the car as well. Ripped the bumper right off the car. Damage to the front of Christian's car as well. Again, ripping the front bumper right off, the radiator and other parts of the front engine compartment taken away. Complicating factors, the team traveled directly from Road America here to Three Rivers. They made the repairs while on the road. This is the same car that crashed at Road America. A testament to the team and to the toughness of these Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup cars.
I'll tell you, having a good crew that can do that kind of work is just what you need to do this kind of racing.
Teenage driver from Simi Valley, California starts from the third row. Green is in the air, and we're underway here at Trois Rivières. A lot of action there, side by side, heading down into turn one. This is very tight, 90 degrees to the right. Then you've got a short run downhill, and one car in trouble already.
Oh my gosh, that was a wide line. It gets really slippery out there, but now they're heading towards the arch, and that gets really tight down there. It is almost single file or you can't make it.
Have to come through that very historic piece of architecture here at Trois Rivières. You can fit 2 or 3 cars through there, but not really at speed. Everybody's got to be very cautious. Now they're coming up the hill toward turn 5.
Yeah, and there is a little bit of a draft here getting up there, but not much at this track because it's just not long enough to get going, and it's uphill. But the thing here is to get the speed off of the corners so that nobody can get by. If you make a little mistake, that's where somebody's going to get you, but the carrying the speed off the corner is so important here.
Eric Foss is the leader. We saw there for a moment it looked as though Todd Burris was trying to make a move for second. Everybody away cleanly here on lap number 1, but you get a sense of just how closely matched these Mazda MX-5 Cup machines are. One car off the course, they're able to get back on. Looked like it might have been Brad Rampelberg back there.
Yeah, they're getting a little aggressive here too, which you have to be on a street track because that's the only way to get by is to kind of force your way in because it's not a long straight where you can just get a draft and pull out.
Action on the front stretch here. They're coming between the horse racetrack to the drivers right in the baseball stadium to the left. And Foss through turn 1 remains the leader. Malkasian, who started on the front row, second in that yellow machine. Todd Burris runs third. The battle here for fourth between Christian Frank and Brad Rampelberg.
Well, these guys look at that, close to the wall. They're throwing stuff off of the wall. They're hitting it as they go by. But, the track is so tight in this section, and it falls off camber. Oh, there's another hit in the wall. It's tough to stay off the walls with this off camber in the corners.
Eric Foss is still your leader. Burris back there in that blue machine trying to get around the car of Ara Malkasian. He is the owner of Team Alara, and he's put his car on the outside of the front row in qualifying. Running so there's another as Christian Frank out of shape.
Yeah, it's hard. The thing that's amazing me is that Eric Foss is able to gap these guys so much because these cars are so close. You just don't see that in any of the other races we've had, and all of a sudden he's really fast. Actually, in qualifying, he was almost half a second faster than the whole field, and in the next half second there was 8 cars.
Second spot belongs to Malkasian there. Third is Burris. You get a sense of just how tightly you have to navigate this racetrack. I mean, you're really busy around here. It's only a little over 1.5 miles all the way around the street course.
Yeah, and street courses are also slippery. So when you're driving here, the traction isn't what you're used to because it's used as a street most of the time, and the rubber isn't out there.
There's the 27 car heading for pit road. Now, he was in trouble early. That, of course, is Robert Huffmaster of Team MER. He was the winner at Mostport in the rain. He got out of shape there back on lap 1 and has been running at the back of the pack. Let's get it downstairs to Todd.
It's the right front, fellas. That's the problem for Robert Huffmaster in that number 27. Felt the tire pressure going down immediately. The crew going to work to quickly change that right front tire. They're also checking underneath on the suspension to see if there isn't anything further wrong with that number 27 car.
Well, that's a tough break.
Yeah, it looked like he actually hit the wall by the side of the car, so it doesn't take much of a hit to throw something out of a line so that it isn't working right. And at this track, boy, the car better be right.
Still early in the going here at Trois Rivières in Quebec, Canada. The Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup. Eric Foss is your leader. Ara Malkasian is second. Todd Burris, Christian Frank, and Brad Rampelberg. We'll be right back. Coverage of the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup is being brought to you by Mazda. On any given weekend, more Mazdas are road race than any other brand.